Ta-da! We are now in the GIMP, which is my favorite program for um, digital works. And this is part 2, just in case you can't read. So, here is the image that we fixed up in Photoshop. And now we're going to do our thirds. Let's see. So I'm going to put them where I want the focal points. So I want the focal point to be on the eye. So I'm going to do a third from the top because I like the top better than the bottom. Just going to evenly space this out a little bit. By my eye. I'm not going to be all fancy with it. Then I'm going to take where I want the actual point on this line. I'm going to do it on the eye. And then, of course, half right here. And another line that's about equal, so I know where to end. And I'm going to make her face towards that way because that's what, or I'm going to make the bigger part of the picture that way because that's also because this over here is crap. So now I'm going to select the area which we are cropping, which would be this area right here. And I'm going to do crop to selection. Alright, and now I'm going to get rid of these stupid little lines because they're ugly and I hate them. And somebody obviously just messaged me. But they're going to have to wait. Especially since I'm doing this video for her, so just hold her horses. Alright, so there's our pretty picture, and I forgot to crop out the bottom a little bit, but whatever. Actually, I'm gonna do that because I'm freaking weird like that, and I just have to. I just have to. So anal sometimes. Okay. Nope. Nope. And another crop to selection. Okie dokie. Si es perfecto. Now, since this is our background image, we always want to back up our work, like, a lot. So, here's our background copy for awesomes. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to select our person so we can have a layer with just the person on it. The easiest way to do this when your background is white is just to select the background and then Control I, which selects the inverse in the GIMP. Now we're going to zoom in and fix any little discrepancies that we see. And to zoom in on the GIMP, you press the plus button. No control needed. And now I just see a little couple pieces that I would like to get rid of. Okay, so did not mean to do that. One thing I like about the GIMP is that you can Control Z as many times as you like. You don't have to hold any other special buttons. Alright, and to get rid of things that you don't want in your area, like right here where it's kind of white, so I mean I'm not going to be shading that area anyway. You're going to press Control and then click and drag the area. And if you mess up, you can just press Shift to reselect an area. And I'm going to take out this part right here. And it is much better to get too much of the white than not enough of the white. Because if you don't get enough, if you don't get all of the skin and, you know, the areas that you want to be shading, then it's gonna look goofy at the end because you're gonna have like some weird parts that aren't shaded. Alright, that I'm fine with. This back here. And I would speed this up. God damn it. I would speed this up, but yeah, I'm just directly uploading it to YouTube, so that's not gonna happen. Much to your dismay. Then probably this little area right here. Yep, everything else looks pretty good. I actually did a pretty good job of cropping. Oh, there's this little piece right here. I don't want that. It's unnecessary. Okay. Alright, I'm good. I'm good with that. Yeah. And we want to make sure that we're on our second background layer, our background copy. And we're going to Control X this. Yeah. And then we're going to make a new layer. Actually, you know what? We're going to Control C this. And we're going to make a new layer. Not a copy layer, dumbass. New layer that is transparency. Okay. And we're going to anchor that down onto our new layer. And also we're going to make a new layer that is just plain white. Okay. And that is going to go in between our transparency layer and that layer. Awesome. Yes. Now here, places where it got, where things got removed, like the hair right here, I can just go back to my smudge tool and I can re-smudge those out. Except for I need to select the right layer. Alright. That way it looks more natural. Yeah. Okay, now that I like this, I'm going to make a copy of it, and I'm going to hide this copy underneath the white layer, just in case I like really royally mess it up. I was gonna say the F word, but it's YouTube. And now we're going to make 2 copies of the top copy, the one above the white. Okay? Now on the, we're gonna go to the top copy first, and first we're gonna do darker. No, lighter. We're gonna do lighter. So click somewhere on your picture and zoom back out so you can see the whole thing. Then we're going to go to, we're going to make sure that we have that layer selected. We're going to go to colors. We're going to go to brightness, contrast, and turn up the brightness quite a bit, and then also turn up the contrast, but not so much. I think that looks about good. I mean, you can just eyeball it, and it's better to go, you know, too much than too little, because you can always change the opacity layer. So that's the difference. It's going to be our light layer. So then hide that by clicking the little, this little thing right here. Okay. Now select the layer directly underneath